Hey, did y'all hear that? It's 4 p.m. This is Brad Tassell, and this is 1000 Marriage Questions. I wanted to stop and talk about something before I bring Donna in and maybe Doc, if he can get his computer to work and do a video on all the silly stuff. But have you ever, there's something, and it's not necessarily going on, but have you ever felt like not down, not bad, not what I'm going through right now is I feel a sense of melancholy. And I shouldn't. Everything's good. We both been vaccinated. Of course, the marriage is fine. The kids are fine. Life is fine. Future looks okay. We've got enough money. But I just have this feeling of melancholy. And I wondered how, and I hope Donna can answer this, how you make it so you don't heap things on your partner so that when she comes home, maybe we'll talk about it, but that we can then have a good time and a good time when I'm just feeling this general malaise and I don't exactly know what it is. And I don't, does that, so Donna, I can see Donna. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? So, okay. So that's where I am right now. And then we will have questions and do all that. Okay, let's open this and play this silly video and start the show. What do we say? No, that's not what I wanted right there. I wanted this. Hey, I'm doing well today. You can tell. Maybe there's a reason. By the way, I will say this, Donna. Hi, before we start. Somebody did say something beautiful to me, and they said that when you're sad and you feel like there's no reason, that someone in the world has passed away with no one to grieve for them.
No,
You are grieving for them. And I told her, "You're an idiot." No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But that was beautiful, and it made me feel a little better. Here we go.
Well, you said something about making whoop, you know. I have a reasonably good memory, but what is whoopee?
Yeah, what household chore do you do exactly the same way as you make whoopee?
Wash dishes.
Wash dishes. She said you carry out the garbage.
You just do it. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it. Put it out and put it in.
Oh.
It's sex. It's a sex joke.
Describe your romantic behavior on your wedding night.
I would say Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
I don't get that. Dr. Pepper?
Okay, she said you were the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
1000 Questions is an entertaining discussion of marriage. We aren't telling you to do or feel or change anything about your life. Really, just listen and enjoy. And if you need real help, find a professional for your specific problem. We don't know you. How could we speak to your deal? Okay, have fun.
Hello, Donna Wilburn. We're still
Hello,
waiting for Doc. Oh, you are screechy.
I
You're
want
very
to ask you. I
squeaky.
want to ask you the same question that they asked on the Newlywed Game.
What's
I want
that?
to ask you, what activity do you do in the same manner that you make whoopee?
What activity do I do in the same manner that I make whoopee? Was that the question?
Yeah,
Because
it was chore,
well,
but
he said Dr.
That's
Pepper, and she
no,
said
that was
Jolly
another
Green
question.
Giant.
That was another question.
Oh,
The
so
first
you're
one
making
was-
one up that wasn't in there. that
No,
we
it
didn't-
was in there. The old guy was like, "What's whoopee?" You know?
Oh yeah, well yeah. He said he didn't know what whoopee was. Oh, but the question was, what do you do? Like you make whoopee and something
Yeah, like in
else?
the same manner. Remember the other lady was you take out the garbage, you put it in, you put it out. Like that's all you do. It's super boring.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Jackhammer the sidewalk. No. Like I mow the lawn. I do it like a man. You know what I do? I get deep into the dryer. No, that's not right.
I unclog the plumbing.
I unclog the sink. You know what chore? You know what chore sex is like at my house? That would be
Doing the laundry.
not doing the lawn. I like jackhammer the sidewalk. I like stripping the paint off an old 57.
Plunge the toilet.
Plunge the well, that's just gross.
It's
Plunge the toilet. How did we get on? Wait, how did we start on this? I started with
you did it.
I started with such a wonderful thing, and now you've gone this direction already. But what? Sure, those questions are just so dumb. It's just who cares about what chore? Who thinks about it and who cares? That's all I want to say.
Clever person is coming up with those questions.
So, but let's go back before. By the way, the question we left off with 2 weeks ago before Joe abandoned us was, when in bed, why is men's only goal to have sex? So we'll deal with that soon because you hear that all the time. But why not? I don't know why I have this general malaise, but what do I really think I should be doing about it?
So when you were talking, if you don't have really a logical reason for, if it's not based on a thought that you're thinking about.
It is based on a thought, but go ahead with your thought and then I'll tell you.
Then it would be change your thought or resolve whatever that is so that you can have a more positive thought in your head. That's what meditation helps, is like helps us change our thoughts and manage our thoughts so we're not focusing on crappy ones.
Well, working out does that for me. My meditation is a long run on a trail and just letting my mind steep and go. And I haven't had a chance to do that today, which I wish I did. And I won't have until later or maybe tomorrow. And that really does bring me back up. But I do have it just, and it's something that I just feel like as I see the future and I see everybody out doing things and things coming back, I find it a slog to figure out where I'm going to fit in all of it. Is that weird?
Like as your career?
Yeah. Personally, I'm good.
Like you went through a whole year of being locked up. You went through an adjustment period to get used to that. It became your normal. It became your life. Now there's another adjustment happening as the world opens up. So adjustments, transitions tend to be stressful. And a lot of people like, how are we going to do this kind of like transition? Like, what do I do? Or how do I do this? It is stressful for a lot of people. I went through it and I just plow through. That's how I do it. I'm like, I'm not going to think about it. Just go.
But go where? I got no go. I got no, you know what I mean? I just, I look towards
again.
Well, but that's the biggest problem is with this business that I'm in. Now, usually I would work for Carnival, but we're just not there yet. They're not booking, they're not doing. And hopefully they'll be right in where we were, which I would work a lot for Carnival. They would fill my schedule. But I guess a little bit of it is, what if they've all decided to change? They've like, you know what? We're just going to do something new.
Yeah,
and
what? Have comedy shows?
No, not have me as part of those. Yeah, we found 500 other guys this week, or we've decided, which has happened before in other things. And when you reach out to all these bookers you've known for years, they're like, we're not doing this. And it just takes forever. And I have booked a good bit through May, enough that I want to do. But I guess what I'm talking about is not how I'm going to fix this, is that as someone in a marriage, how do you help your spouse go through these things? If you had people sitting there in front of you and the spouse is like, I don't know what to do, tell them to shut up, to go back to work.
We're not really supposed to try to fix it. As humans, we need to process stuff, or we just carry it around. So as a spouse, you want your spouse to process their stuff with you. And you just listen and, let them do their processing, and they're talking about what should I do? And as you're talking, just like as you're running, you come to these conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner really should be able to let you bounce stuff off of them without feeling the urge to tell you what to do, fix it, tell you to stop thinking about it, like that.
And by bouncing off, you mean sex? Bouncing stuff off of them? I mean, is that what they should just offer?
Although sex? That would be a good little dopamine endorphin.
That would be a nice
to get you out of the mood really quickly. But no, that's not their job. They are not their body is not your tool to de-stress on. No,
but my tool is their tool. No, I don't know. So anyway, but oh my God, terrible. Now, hey, Okay, we're going to do the question in a second, but before we do that, I had this thought. I got a massage yesterday for the first time in over a year and stuff like that, because I've been totally vaccinated, and I think the massage therapist had COVID like 9 times. So already. So I go in and get it. And then I thought of the fact that, okay, I'm in this room where this woman is going to literally touch every part of my body but one part. Every part. It is illegal for her to touch that part of my body. Not that I want her to touch that part of my body. My wife can touch that one part, but my wife wants to touch no other part of my body, or probably that part of my body, but that's the one that she actually, at some point, because we're married, touches, and that's legal. And I don't know, it just seemed like
it's only legal for that one person to touch that one part of your body. Anyone else in the world can touch every other part of it.
That's right. Basically, it's illegal. Well, and to give them money. I mean, obviously, it could be touching and not pay them and get that's morally wrong. But to give them money is illegal.
Yeah, I think to sell that body part, or for them to, what do you call it? Like, get paid to manipulate one body part is illegal.
That's right.
All the other body parts are fine.
And I wonder if there's wives out there going, why don't they just take that one too? Let's just.
There's a lot that I've heard that do that one too.
Yes. Not in this marriage, not in my house. It is not but the rest of it, she's all about. She goes, yeah, because I'm rubbing her to death. All of it. I'm rubbing every part of it, back, feet, arms, legs, all the time. She's digging it. But I'm like, could you rub no, I'm not rubbing anything on your body except the one. And luckily for men, we're pretty much okay with just the one part. If it comes down to it.
You're going to find one part to
yes. We have one erogenous zone, let's admit it. And if that one's rubbed, we can just let the others go. That's all there is to it. So
yeah, it's all or nothing, all or one.
All or one.
Or one.
All or one that I'm good with. Because I would be very uncomfortable. Because the first thing she says when I lay down in this massage is you can be dressed to the level of your comfort. And I said, so a hazmat suit? Is that what you want?
Your level of comfort.
Because I am not going to be naked. I just can't. Is that weird of me to think about being naked in there with the rubber lady?
The rubber lady?
The rubbing lady. Rubbing, not rubber. She's not rubber. I'm sorry. The lady who does the massage. Is anybody out there to have a problem? You have a problem? Are you naked when you get rubbed?
That you're talking about.
Yeah. Are you? Do you do are you naked when you get rubbed by people?
Am I? Sometimes, I guess. Depends, I guess, what I'm feeling like.
I was once, because that's what they said you had to do. I went to this spa that was a really high, expensive spa, and they said, yeah, you can't wear anything in the rubbing. And I was kind of uncomfortable. I was a little. And I knew she's not going to do anything. Well, I knew she wasn't doing. There's no. She wasn't going to do anything, and it was all appropriate. But for some reason, every time she even came on the leg or something, I was just like, oh my god.
Brad,
okay.
Brad. We're of different cultures, and yours is a tad prudish.
Mine is not prudish. I had sex with every one of those massage people. No, I'm just kidding. I just didn't do it naked. I just wasn't naked when I did it. So, but that leads into the first question, which is always, when in bed, why is men's, although the grammar on this is rough. When in bed, why is men's only goal to have sex? I would take umbrage with that for all men at all times.
Oh yeah. You're like, that is not true. It is not our only reason to be in bed.
Yes. And my other thing would be if you had sex with them before you went to bed, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just get them on the massage table, let them have the massage.
Like, why are you in your bed for anything other than sex and sleeping?
Okay. First of all, if you're like my wife and daughter, they have 80% of their meals in the bed and do every bit of their work when they're not in class or at the office in their bed, literally in the bed, the only place they want to be. Janet does 90% of her grading, her schoolwork. And they would eat every meal. I can't be in the bed unless it's specifically a couple things, but I'm telling you, my wife and daughter eat in the bed. Just love it. Love every meal, could eat right in the bed. So, well, there's a commercial with Tina Fey where that she was doing for cuddling. Valerie just said cuddling in the bed, but you know what? We're over. I never thought when I was young that the female would be over the cuddling way faster than even I am, because it's interesting that, because back then you thought, oh, women, after we're done and he just loses interest. And I said, no, she's out of it real quick. It's okay. We're done. Yeah. I'm going to jump in the bath.
Like,
I'm going to sleep.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then even like regular at night, like going to sleep and we're going to do anything, you cuddle for 4, and then it's like, I'm hot. You're hot, and you're just move away. And then a couple of nights, I fell in a creek the other day and hurt my leg, and I had a big bruise, and it still is healing, so it hurts. So I've been sleeping upside down, so my foot stays like if I had plantar fasciitis. And she goes, I love it when you're that far away. And especially when your face is that far away from me, I don't hear you breathe. I don't have to worry. Your snoring's not as loud. So
it may be a little stressy.
It may be a little stressy. So I take umbrage with always wanting to have sex in the bed, but younger men especially, yeah, they want to jump you every time they see you.
Isn't it kind of like the Pavlov's dog thing? Like,
yeah,
programmed, like bed is where sex is. So going in the bed, they automatically go into that mentality.
Yeah. And especially if you have sex different places in the house, then it's all that way. The couch, the floor.
Table, every time they sit at the kitchen table, they'd be doing that.
That's right. But I think as you spend time, as life goes on, I think you move past that necessarily. I even think you get to the point where it's not as much asking anymore. I don't ask to have sex. I don't, when I was younger, I'd just start rubbing myself on her or something silly. But no, he never did that. So he never did that to you. Anyway, so wow, I'm the only one.
He has to beg.
He has to beg. So I just kind of wait. There'll be a point when she's like ready, and she's like, wow, it's been a while. And then it's really, really great. You know what I mean? And but if it's been too long, I'll hint. You know what I mean? I'll hint, like she'll get in the bed and, I'll be naked in it, already ready to go.
Hint.
But, hint. Here's a hint. I'll be in her classroom at the college, already naked, ready to go. So, or I won't do any of the selfie stuff though. Don't do anything like that. Okay. Yeah. So, next question. Okay. So this one, I'm mad that Doc couldn't get in, because I wanted to talk to him about this question, because he has children about the same age as mine. How do you talk them through after catching you having sex? And I'm guessing your children, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably not a teenager, because I don't know if you have to talk them through anything.
Because they're just like, oh God, blech, what is that?
Don't even bring it up. But like younger ones, and I think we talked about this before, was like age appropriate information.
Give us an example.
Like if they're 2,
8-year-old,
you were playing.
If they're 2, they have access to get to your room and get in. That's wild. Your 2-year-old is should your 2-year-old,
you add a little more info to that. And we talked about at a certain time, you take precautions so you're not caught. Lock the door. But there's some clever kids out there who make their way in, sneaky little buggers that they are, and you may be caught. So you may have to talk to your spouse and come up with a script, like, what do we say if we are, and then be prepared.
And what you say is, what do you think? Huh?
Yeah, no, gross.
What do you think of the old man and the wife? Huh? And you know what I was thinking, what made me think when it said, how do you talk them through after catching you having sex? If they're a teenager and they catch you and they're like, no, keep going.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably like, if they don't know what sex really is, then don't use that opportunity to say, this is what it is.
Yes. No, just, well, and in so many ways, especially when they're older, they're just going to be and walk away and be like, get dad, I want to, and they're not even going to talk about it. And sometimes I'm sure kids hear things and maybe even see things that you don't even know happened. And then
stories from those kids.
You don't know why they're traumatized. You're like, man, that kid really is acting weird all of a sudden.
There's some that get very upset that you're closing the door, and they're like, don't be closing the door. And you're like, I got to close the door.
Yeah. They break in. They're like, why are you wearing the Richard Nixon mask? I don't get it. What's that about? Well, he was a crook. I don't know. So but yeah, it's really making a huge deal of it, I think is not the way to go.
Because you don't want to make them feel bad or anxious or stressed because of that. And now they have to associate sexuality with this weird stressy feeling.
Yeah.
You don't want to make it like that. It's just, hey, normal, like, our private time. Like,
I think ours, when my daughter was younger, 12 or 11 or 10, we'd always start knock on the door. Don't just walk in. And she just walked in. We went, we told you to knock on the door.
Yeah.
You didn't knock on the door. So now, are you going to knock on the door? What do you think? So, okay. Here's one. Okay. Always bugs me. In some states, children can be subjected to corporal punishment, can't be subjected to corporal punishment even by their parents. Are there states where corporal punishment is illegal by their parents? I'm not sure that's true.
I don't know. I think Switzerland, you're not supposed to physically.
Well, this is some states. What's your opinion? First of all, my question is: in some states, is there corporal punishment by people other than your parents? Parents, it's illegal, but you know what? The grocer, it's okay.
Grocer, a teacher or a principal.
Preacher or principal. You know what? And back in the day, I remember, because when I was a kid, the principal could smack you around and stuff like that. But I think about the fact that when my daughter was in school, I would have beat the principal to death if they spanked my kid. I mean, and I know there was times like, yeah, beat that kid. I don't care. The kid needs a beating. But I just can't even fathom that and I think when my daughter was in elementary school, they could still do that. And I'm pretty sure I said, don't ever do that.
Better never touch it.
I'm going to look, Sister Michelle.
I was a goody, so I didn't really get those, even if that was a thing to do, because I was always too nervous to make people mad. But my husband talks about it all the time, that he'd get paddling, like he grew up in a country bumpkin town in Ohio.
Oh my God.
He was still getting paddled in high school.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That's just no. And his parents were like, yeah, that kid's a rat. That's crazy. Yeah, my daughter was never.
It's like, yeah, go paddle him.
Yeah, my daughter was never going to do anything to get spanked. But when I was in school, I was way too liked by just not the kids. They hated me, but the staff. I was really good with the staff. And matter of fact, the principal would let me hit other kids. I thought that was nice. Just bring me in. Little Billy's going to take one on the rump. I'll do it. I never liked that kid anyway.
Yeah, so, that'll be really popular.
Yeah, I do remember kids who got spanked in my elementary school, though. And still losers.
I think it's still okay in some states for teachers to paddle.
I'm going to go with religious schools.
You're going to, I don't know.
It would be more religious schools that would do that.
I think in Texas, it's still legal. Because I think I used it with a client once ago. If you keep acting like that, like somebody, like they can hit you.
They can give you a smack if they don't. So, okay. You know what? Your quizzes you sent me were mediocre at best. So I found this one, which I think is the best one. And we're going to take it and see how we do. Everybody, can we accurately guess your romantic type? Do you know your romantic type? You might be surprised to learn something you already know. Okay, that is the dumbest line I've ever heard in my life. You might be surprised to learn something you already know. Okay, everybody take this quiz with us. We're going to take this one. I'm going to push the buttons, and we're going to see what it says. And we may want to do the worst one. First one, what would you want to do with a partner on a Friday night? Something fancy, a good restaurant, maybe a club. Let's stay in, maybe order food. Oh, yeah, we haven't done that in a year, have we? Yeah, let's all do that more. Let's do something spontaneous and exciting. You can say that, but what the hell is it?
Yeah, right. And can you afford it?
And can you afford it? So that is, first of all, this quiz is stupid because if you knew those things, you would do them anyway. It would be great. Sure. And then it's not spontaneous because you knew what the hell it was. Okay.
What was your answer? What is your answer?
We're not done yet. Something involved, culture, a show, a film. I don't care as long as sex is involved. Well, there you go. As long as sex is involved. No, I don't. That just is.
What would your answer be? I'm curious if it's the same as mine.
I enjoy, what we would normally do is have dinner, and I would like something cultural if we could. Hitting a club is a 0. You know?
That's not what you guys are doing.
Yeah. And staying in and ordering food is the last year of our lives. And spontaneous and exciting would be great if you knew what the hell that was. We're not that clever. So in a show and something with culture, but there'd be a dinner too.
That would be mine too. So
okay. Well, see, I knew you'd be like me. Okay. Well, let's move up to the next one. I'm going to use my finger. Okay. Which one of these things is the biggest deal breaker for you? Someone who has really bad taste or no cultural interests? I love those people. Someone who can never make up their mind or commits to things? No, nothing. That sounds like the perfect date. Someone who does not share my turn-ons and kinks. Kink? If you use the word kinks in a sentence on a regular basis, I'll never talk to you again. That is just, who's using that? Someone with no drive or ambition, someone who is boring and never wants to do anything fun. What
is your biggest deal breaker? And
what is anybody out there have a deal? What is the deal breaker here? Obviously, the middle one is meaningless in all ways.
Yeah, you know what deal breaker is, right? Like this, yes. I would not want to be with someone like that.
I would not want to be someone who does not share my not wanting kinks, and who cares about your turn-ons? My turn-ons. The sex is okay.
The fact that we're having sex.
Yes, the fact that sex exists is the turn on. So other than that, yeah, wearing your shoes around the house with a skirt. Someone who can never make up their minds. Well, that's okay. I don't. Bad taste. What do you think? Someone who's boring. I don't want to say boring because that's mean-spirited to say if somebody's boring.
This person never wants to do anything fun.
Is that yours?
I'm waiting till you tell me. I know mine.
Oh, you do know yours. Okay. So someone who has really bad taste and no cultural interests. I'm going to go with that one only because then if you have no cultural interests, because I have all cultural interests. If it's what white people are doing in a country bar, that's the last place I want to be on the planet Earth. I want people around speaking other languages. I want people around from other places. I want people, the last place I want to be is Bob's Hut of white people eating the same steak, talking like this all day long. I want diverse.
Yeah, I'm voting for that one also, because even if we're boring and don't do anything, we can at least talk about stuff.
That's right. Well, or you can go to those places where there aren't boring people. Which of these things is most important to you? An excellent sense of humor? No. Very good at cooking? Not a chance. High level of intelligence? Sexual prowess, baby. Yeah. Lots and lots of money.
Lots and lots of money.
They got lots and lots of money, then you can just buy the sex. So, I don't know. I'm going to go high level of intelligence. Obviously, it's that or humor, but I don't know. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Oh my God. If there's one on here where you have to go second, then I'm pushing not that person. The person who won't say until it's been told.
Going first, every single one.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So if you have to go first every single time, I'm going to go with high level of intelligence only because I don't want to, I want to be the funniest person in the room.
So okay. Mine, excuse me.
Yeah.
Mine was excellent sense of humor.
Oh God. So yeah, great. Okay.
Doesn't have to actually be funny, but should be able to laugh at funny things.
Well, that I get too. Okay. Well, let's go then. You're right. If you talk about them getting the joke, that's great.
Yeah. They have to be able to get it.
I'm going Japan. I'm not even going to talk about this one.
Hold
What?
on a sec. I probably would say Spain because I've been to Japan already, but Japan is pretty cool. I'll let you keep
I've been to the other ones except Japan, although I haven't really been to Spain exactly. I would love to go to Spain, but if you're going big, I'm going Japan. How was Japan? You like it?
I did. It's really cool.
Yeah. The other ones I've been to. Okay. So I'm going Japan. What would you say is your most attractive quality?
Attractive, Brad. What's your
That'd be my raw sexual charisma.
your rockin' hot bod?
Oh my God. My talent and achievements, not that. My kindness and generosity. I got none of those. I'm not even on this list anymore.
You're not attractive then.
My
I'm gonna have to go for you.
my dandruff and general sadness. That's my best qualities. My dandruff and my general sadness. Wait, you're going with raw sexual charisma?
No, I have all 5, but I'll go with my kindness and generosity. But that's attractive to me. It might not be attractive.
No. But you're saying what is your personal?
It's my attractive quality. So I take that one.
So I have none of these. So I have none of these in any way. I've got a huge dad bod. That's not good. I look smarter than I am in every way. Everyone thinks that I'm really smart. I go to parties with oncologists and they're intimidated. Yeah, they're intimidated. And I'm an idiot. But for some reason, people think I'm smart. My talent and achievements, I'm good at everything, but only okay good at it. I'm not great.
You're the jack of all trades.
I know how to do. No, you can't find something that I can't do okay, that I'm fine at. But really, to excel at anything, not a chance in hell. And achievements, I don't think I've achieved anything. Yesterday, I did work with a student. A lot of these students are on the autism scale, and we worked on some poetry and some writing, stuff like that. And they enjoy that, and they get stuff out of it. Is it an achievement? Helped a kid, like it. But other than that, and of course, my kindness and generosity, that's all a lie. It's a fake.
You're not actually kind.
I'm not kind, and I'm not generous in any way. Yeah, I haven't given a nickel to anybody in 100 years, not a cent. And then my raw sexual charisma, my sexual charisma is about medium rare. It's been cooked. Not that much. So we'll go with yours. Oops, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, no, that's the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We got the
mentor. You're very attractive to people who are a bit older and more established than you are. Yes, 70-year-old women love me.
No, it says you're very attractive, so you love the ancient folks.
Oh, that's not true.
No?
No, give me a 19-year-old every time. No.
I would say now that I'm older, I don't know if I'm attracted to much older. I think
I am not attracted to older. My age-ish.
Yeah, I think my age is older.
I'm not, and I do, maybe 58, 50, but you get near 65, I'm out. That's all there is to it.
But I'd say the rest of this is pretty on track for me.
You're happiest when you're with someone supportive. Who's not? You know what I'm happiest with? Someone who doesn't support me in any freaking way. I can't stand it when they're on board with anything I want to do. Who is always teaching you new things. Not always.
I do. I like someone to enlighten me every day, like to say something that I didn't know. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's okay. But just a big know-it-all you're dating. Oh, God.
I have a know-it-all husband. Yes, I do.
Your dad. Well, there you go. Your husband's a big know-it-all. Either by what they know or just how they are as the person. They teach me so much as how they are as the person. You want a partner who makes you feel stable and secure. And I was going to make fun of that one, but you know what's sad? There are so many people who want just the opposite. They want a nutcase who is just going to make their lives hell all the time. If it's not always nuts, they can't stand. I had an aunt.
People like that love the drama. I do not love the drama.
Even if it's scary drama. I had an aunt who's passed away. She was the loveliest, kindest little woman in the world. She was married to a guy who was a teacher, professor. They had a beautiful house, 2 lovely kids. She couldn't freaking stand it. She leaves for this drug dealing, drug addicted, violent piece of garbage that they're moving all over the place. He's stealing from her. He's doing all these hokey deals. Finally, it's too much. She finds it. Then she's living with 2 other guys. Then she's got a guy who's married that and then they're going down to do some, and this next guy's a criminal. He's just got all these, and boy, it was just next to the next. When she had such a, nothing stable, just was not going to happen. I know.
He had a wild hair in that one.
Oh yeah, but she was just so sweet and kind and demure and lovely.
Burner, what was going on behind?
But she had to have that unstable crazy in her life. You know what? It's crazy. I know, it's just nuts. Okay, I'm going to close this if I figure out how to do it, and then we're going to close this thing up. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't stop sharing. Okay, good. It just drives me nuts. Okay. I'm off today. I'm just off is what I am.
You're a bit out of whack. Go for a walk, get a bike ride, do something.
Okay. We do have to do one thing though, before we go. It's very important. Are you ready for this? Be ready to help. Here we go. Sharing screen. Everybody, by the way, thank everybody. If you want to donate to the show, go to virtualcomedyshow.com. Also, go to virtualcomedyshow.com. We are sponsored by Idea Paint. Ladies and gentlemen, Idea Paint. Turn one of your walls or your entire damn house into a dry erase board. You need this. And when you click on our site, virtualcomedyshow.com, you go right to their site and you can get 15% off with their promo bundles. Here's all the people that use Idea Paint. Look, they're writing on the wall right there. Those are scientific-y people right there. Those are people that know science. There, look, it's a kitchen. It's your restaurant. They're putting up what people are eating and drinking and food. It works for everything, and that's what you want to do. Okay, now, the next one. Let's close this. The next one is, have you been here yet to Joyfully?
I have.
When you click on this banner, you go to the most beautiful site in the world, and they have the most beautiful clothes.
Oh my God.
You'd look good in that.
I love it.
And you get 25% off almost everything in the store. Look, it's getting to be bathing suit time and cover-up time. So everybody go there, and once you buy something going through our site, they will give us a literal nickel. Okay, so that's the end of that. Now, how do I close the show? Donna, what are you going to be doing from now on?
Well, I got a podcast I'm doing after this one with a yoga dude all about connections and relationship connections. I am finishing up my doctoral project, which is about 3 months into the year that it's going to take me. And what else? I'm getting back in the office more. Keep people happy about that. Got vaccinated.
You've had them both?
No, I had one.
One? When's the next one?
The 30th, I think.
Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer.
We got the second one a week and a half ago. And my side effects, I don't know. The first one, you just don't have much. Did you?
Right.
You didn't have much.
I had the sore arm that felt like someone punched me. Yeah,
I got the sore arm and a feeling of superiority. That's what I got. So
I got that too. Yeah.
Yep, me too. After 2, and I feel a little bad that I didn't get really any side effects. I feel like there was nothing in it. All that was in it was the Bill Gates chip. That's all.
Isn't it the fastest, tiniest little shot there is?
Yeah. Well, I don't feel any of them anymore. There's something about being old and getting shots. I don't even notice needles.
Chip in there, guys. Like, it's like the tiniest shot you ever had.
And you know what? If it is a chip, who cares? Who are you that anybody who are you that Bill Gates gives a crap where you are or what you're doing?
I am.
You're nobody. Why don't you just live? You get a chip and you live for the next 45 years healthy and no one cares. It's just
study me like a guinea pig.
Well, and good. Know where I am. If I ever get lost, I'm like, hey, Bill, I'm lost. Come get me.
Find my chip.
Yeah. When I'm 105 years old and I'm wandering out of the nursing home, hey, he's gone again. Activate the chip. Okay. Let's say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.